Canada 1987 1-cent coin is a very common coin because it was produced in a large quantity, so in normal condition its value is quite low. However, if the condition is excellent then the value can increase. The coin features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side and maple leaves on the reverse side. Its weight is 2.5 grams, diameter is 19.1 millimeters, and composition is 98% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. It is a non-magnetic coin and was minted by the Royal Canadian Mint. The total mintage was over 774 million, which makes it non-rare. The value of this coin depends on its condition. In normal circulated condition it is usually worth around 0.01 to 0.10 Canadian dollars or close to its melt value, which is around 0.03 to 4 cents. If the coin is in uncirculated condition then it can be worth 0.25 to $2.5. And in high-grade condition such as MS65 or higher it can reach $20, $30, or even over $100 if the quality is very high. If the coin has any mint error such as off-center strike or die crack then the value can increase significantly and may range from $5 to over $100 depending on the rarity of the error, but in most cases without any special error and in average condition this coin is not highly valuable and is mainly kept as a collectible item. Canada 1999 1-cent coin is a widely circulated coin and not considered rare because it was produced in a very high quantity. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II designed by Dora de Pettery Hunt while the reverse shows the iconic maple leaves designed by G. E. Kruger Gray. The coin has a weight of about 2.25 grams, diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and is made of copper-plated zinc. It is non-magnetic and was minted by the Royal Canadian Mint. The total mintage for this year is over 1.2 billion coins, which makes it very common in circulation. The value of this coin mainly depends on its condition. In normal circulated condition it is usually worth only 0.01 to 0.05 Canadian dollars and sometimes just its face value. The melt value is very low because of its copper plating over zinc composition. If the coin is in uncirculated condition then it can be worth around 0.20 to 1.50 Canadian dollars, and in higher mint state grades like MS65 or above it may reach $5 to $15 or slightly more if it has exceptional quality and luster. Special varieties such as errors can increase the value, for example off-center strikes, double die, or die cracks can make the coin more valuable and prices can range from $5 up to $50 or more depending on the rarity and visibility of the error. However, in most cases without any rare error or high-grade condition this coin is very common and mainly collected for hobby purposes rather than high investment value. The Canada 2003 1-cent coin is a modern-era circulation coin that represents the final decades of the Canadian penny before it was officially withdrawn from circulation in 2012. And although it may look simple at first glance, it still carries historical and collectible significance for coin enthusiasts. This coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, designed by Susanna Blunt, which was introduced in 2003 and marked a new era of Canadian coinage with a more mature and realistic depiction of the Queen without a crown, while the reverse side displays the classic maple leaf twig design created by G. E. Kruger Gray, a symbol strongly associated with Canadian identity and natural heritage, making the coin instantly recognizable even to casual observers. In terms of specifications, the 2003 Canadian penny has a weight of approximately 2.25 grams and a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It is composed of copper-plated zinc which replaced the earlier bronze composition, giving the coin a bright copper appearance while reducing production costs. The coin is non-magnetic and has a smooth edge. It was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, one of the most advanced minting institutions in the world, known for its high-quality coin production and innovative techniques. The total mintage of the 2003 1-cent coin exceeded 700 million pieces, which clearly indicates that the coin is very common and widely available, meaning it is not considered rare in the numismatic market. When it comes to value, the 2003 Canada 1-cent coin generally holds a very low monetary value in the market due to its high mintage and recent production date. In typical circulated condition, the coin is usually worth only its face value of 0.01 Canadian dollar or sometimes slightly higher at around 0.02 to 5 cents depending on demand and condition. However, since Canada has discontinued the penny, these coins are no longer used in everyday transactions, which has led some collectors to hold on to them in the hope of future appreciation, but as of now, their value remains modest. For coins in uncirculated condition, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions and retain their original luster and detail, the value can increase slightly. Such coins may be sold for around 0.25 to 1.50 Canadian dollars depending on their visual appeal and preservation. Higher grade coins such as those graded MS65 or above by professional grading services can reach values between $5 and $15 or even more in exceptional cases, especially if the coin has a strong strike, brilliant shine, and no visible marks or scratches. Collectors who focus on building high-quality sets often look for such premium examples. An important factor that can significantly increase the value of a 2003 1-cent coin is the presence of mint errors or rare varieties. Coins with errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, or plating issues can attract much higher prices, sometimes ranging from $10 to $50 or even exceeding $100 depending on the uniqueness and visibility of the error. Error coins are always in demand among collectors because they are produced unintentionally and exist in limited numbers, making them more desirable than standard coins. Another aspect that adds interest to the 2003 penny is its place in Canadian coinage history. Being part of the final generation of pennies before their discontinuation, it represents the end of an era when small denomination coins were still widely used in everyday commerce. Over time, as fewer of these coins remain in pristine condition, there is a possibility that high-grade examples may gradually increase in value, although this process is usually slow and depends on collector demand and market trends. In the collector market, the demand for modern Canadian pennies like the 2003 issue is generally moderate. Most collectors focus on older and rarer coins, but there is still a niche group of enthusiasts who aim to complete date sets or collect coins from specific periods. For such collectors, finding a perfect or near-perfect 2003 penny can be rewarding, especially if it is free from spots, discoloration, or wear. Coins with a bright red color, often referred to as red condition, tend to command higher prices compared to brown or toned examples. Overall, the Canada 2003 1-cent coin is not a high-value coin in most cases, but it still holds importance as a collectible piece and a symbol of Canada's monetary history. Its value in dollars is generally low unless the coin is in exceptional condition or features a rare mint error, making it more suitable for beginner collectors or those interested in building complete collections rather than those seeking high investment returns. However, as time passes and fewer high-quality examples remain, even common coins like this can become more desirable, turning a simple penny into a meaningful collectible with both historical and the Canada 2005 1-cent coin is a modern circulation coin that belongs to the final years of the Canadian penny before it was officially discontinued in 2012. This coin features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side with a portrait designed by Susanna Blunt, showing a more mature and uncrowned image of the Queen, while the reverse side displays the classic maple leaves twig design created by G. E. Kruger Gray, which has been a long-standing national symbol of Canada and appears on many Canadian coins. In terms of specifications, the 2005 Canadian 1-cent coin has a weight of approximately 2.25 grams and a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It is made of copper-plated zinc, which gives it a bright copper appearance. The coin is non-magnetic and has a smooth edge. It was minted by the Royal Canadian Mint, and the total mintage for this year is over 800 million coins, making it a very common coin and not considered rare in the numismatic market. When it comes to value, the 2005 1-cent coin is generally worth very little because of its high mintage and modern production. In circulated condition, it usually has a value of around 0.01 to 0.05 Canadian dollars, sometimes just face value. The melt value is also very low due to its composition. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition with original shine and no wear, it can be worth around 0.25 to 2 Canadian dollars depending on its quality. Higher grade coins such as MS65 or above can reach values between $5 and $20, especially if the coin has strong luster, no visible marks, and a bright red color. Collectors often pay more for coins in red condition compared to brown or toned examples, as these look closer to their original mint state. If the 2005 penny has any mint errors such as off-center strike, double die, die crack, or plating errors, its value can increase significantly. Error coins can sell for $10 to $50 or even more depending on how rare and noticeable the error is, however in most normal cases without any special features. The 2005 Canada 1-cent coin remains a common and low-value collectible mainly kept for hobby and collection purposes rather than investment.